Hello and welcome to Color Up. So I recently had a live casino video and there was a player that was adding to his pass line bet after a point was established. Let's take a look. So I got a lot of questions about that. In today's video, we're going to discuss all the details. So if you saw the video, this player was starting with $5 on the line. Once the point was established, he would add either $60 and then increase his pass line bet, or a couple times I saw him do $100 and added to his pass line bet. But he'd start out with $5. Yes, this is perfectly legal, and I'll explain why in just a second. But what this is called, it's called a put bet. So, and we'll also get into that. First, let's talk about this pass line bet. It's a contract bet. Let's say you have $20. You can't reduce it to $10. You can't remove it if you don't like. And this is why. When the puck is off, you have a huge advantage over the casino. There are 6 ways to roll a 7, 2 ways to roll an 11. So you have 8 ways to win. And the only losses you get are the 2, 3, and 12. That's 4 combinations. So you have a 2, or I should say 8 ways to 4-way advantage, or 2-to-1 advantage to win this bet. The casino is not going to make money if you get that advantage all the time. So what happens is, you know, it doesn't matter what the point becomes. At this point, the 7 is more likely to win versus your bet. So the 7, you'll lose this. So once this puck comes on, the casino always has the advantage. And they want their shot at this money. That's why they won't let you reduce it or take it off. So you have to leave it there. You had the advantage on the come out roll. Now the casino gets their chance or crack at winning your money back, because now the casino has the advantage. Now because of that, the casino has the advantage. They know that you can add more money to your bet. They'll be happy. Add as much money as you like. They will happy to allow that to happen. Why? Because they're more likely to win than lose. Now the opposite is true on the don't pass. The casino has that advantage because a 7 and 11 will win this bet for the you'll lose your bet on a 7 or 11. So, and that's more likely to happen. There's 8 ways for the casino to win, and only 3 ways for the player to win, because it's bar the 12. The 12 doesn't count. So on the don't, you only get the advantage of winning with the 2 and the 3. So the casino has an 8-to-3 advantage for this come out roll when the puck is off. But once a point is established, and again, it doesn't matter what point it is, at this point, versus all these numbers, the 7 or the don't pass is more likely to win. So because now the player is more likely to win no matter what happens, they won't let you add more money to that, because you're more likely to win in this situation. You're playing with the 7, so they won't let you add more money to the don't pass. Now what they will let you do is reduce the don't pass, or if you like, remove it completely. Now you should never do that. It's a really bad bet for the player. You've went through the hard part. If you don't like the number, I talk about how you can hedge against that, but never ever as a player remove a don't pass or don't come bet once the point has been established. I'll link to a video up here that describes why you shouldn't do that. Now hopefully you understand that the pass and come are essentially the same bet, as well as the don't pass and don't come. They're just different aspects of the game. So, but the rules to that work the exact same. Now he was making his put bet on the line, but really you could put it on any of the numbers. For instance, you can tell a dealer you'd like to put the 6 for $5 and $50 in odds, or you know, you like the 10, you want to put it. So you could put it directly on a number without going through the come out roll. So in this case, it acts very much just like a place bet, because you're going directly to the number. As soon as the number rolls, you get paid. You don't have to worry about the come out roll of winning with a 7 or 11 or losing with a 2, 3, or 12. So you put it directly on the number, you get paid on the very first roll. But does it make sense to do a put bet versus a place bet? Now I can tell you right away, on a 3, 4, 5 times table, it just doesn't make sense. Don't do put bets. At a 10 times table, it makes a little sense. At a 100 times table, yeah, it starts to make more sense to go ahead and put a number, you know, if you're going to do large and bigger bets versus place bets. Let's go back to our player. So he'd put a $5 line bet down, a point would come out, and he would add 60 in odds, and then he would add to his pass line bet. Now the reason he did this is because the table is 10 times odds. for every $5 line bet, you can only add $50 in odds. So if he wants to increase his odds, and in many cases he did, he goes up to 60, you got to add some money. So he added a nickel on there. Now technically, he could have just increased this to a $60 bet. $6 line, $60 in odds. Now there was a point where he increased his bet up to 100 in odds. In that case, he does have to have a $10 line bet. Because remember, maximum 10 times, at least at this particular table. Now, why he was doing this, I'm not exactly sure. At first, I thought it was depending on whatever point number was established. Then he would add his odds, but it seemed to be no matter what point was established, he would do the same thing. So the interesting part of it is maybe he was worried about losing his pass line bet and didn't really want to bet that much. But the weird thing is, if he knew he was going to go to $10, why not start with $10? It's the only time that the player has the advantage. So if you're worried about losing it, you have a 2-to-1 advantage. If you know you're going to make it a $10 bet, why not bet the $10 when you have the advantage? Because once this puck goes on, now you're more likely to lose that bet, and that's why the casino allows you to add more in odds. Yes, it gets paid true, fair odds, but again, you're more likely to lose this bet. Now, notice a lot of times he would add $5 on the line and $10 in odds, basically a double odds table. I also said you should never do it on a 3, 4, 5 times table, and this is why. He's betting additional $15, right? Let's just go ahead and move this over, and we'll just pull this aside. Let's compare this $15 bet with a he instead made $15 place bets. Let's start with the point of 4. If the 4 wins, he's going to win $10, $20, $5. $15 place bet, it's going to pay 9 to 5, so he's going to win $27 on the 4. It doesn't make sense to add it in odds, especially only at 2 times, when you get paid more with a place bet. Okay, let's take a look at the 5. He added $15 to his bet, and you're on the 5, so you'd win 15 for the odds. 1 in the front, you'd win $20. $15 place bet on the 5 wins $21. You're still better off place betting than adding it in odds. All right, let's say the point is 6. You're going to get paid $12 for the odds, $5 in the front, for a total of $17. Now you'll notice up here we have a $15 bet. It's not a proper bet. You want it to either be $12 or $18, but just for the example, we left it the same. So $15 bet. What they're going to do is pay you 7 to 6 for the first $12, so that'll be $14, and then the remaining $3 of your bet, so that's on the $12, so 14 for your $12 bet, and then the remaining they'll pay 1 to 1, or $3. So basically here, you're going to get paid $17 on your $15 place bet. And odds, $17. So the 6 and 8, it's the same bet. For the 5 and the 4, 9 and 10, you're actually losing money by doing a put bet versus just a place bet. I'm not going to run through all the examples. I actually have another video I did with Casino Quest, David over Casino Quest, showing all the numbers. I'll put a link to that where we talk about put bets versus place bets and all the payoffs. But again, it's not going to make sense on a 3, 4, 5 times table. He was, or if you're only doing less than that in odds, when he was making a $60 bet, and adding a 5, he's only doing 2 times. It doesn't make sense to do that. Now, it does make a little sense when he was going up to $100 and 5 on the line because he's doing 10 times odds. It starts to make sense on those numbers. So rarely does it make sense for a player to make put bets unless he's at least a 10 times table or higher, and of course he takes 10 times or more in odds. So is it perfectly legal? Yes, it is, because the casino has the advantage. Should you do it? Only in some situations. Again, check out the video with David and Casino Quest to see where it makes sense. A couple things to keep in mind. Once you add to this, let's say he bumps it up to $20 and adds more odds behind it and other numbers are rolling, this is a contract bet. As he can add to it, but he can't reduce it back down. If instead he did that as a place bet anywhere, you know, a couple rolls go by, he could reduce it, he could press it, he could remove it, he could do anything with it. But once he adds it to this pass line bet, it's locked in. So that's one negative to the put bet. The other one is basically the whole point of the line bet is you're getting that advantage on the come out roll. So If you want to bet $10, start with the 10, because that's the only roll where you actually have the advantage. Odds is a great bet, zero house edge, but you could only take it once the puck is on and the casino is more likely to win that bet. I hope this helped answer some of the questions for you. If there are additional questions, go ahead and put them down in the comments below. And until next time, good luck on coloring up.